Welcome back to our show. Our next guest has launched an effort to put benches at elementary and middle schools as a way to honor her daughter Kate, a young teacher who died unexpectedly just a few years ago.
Elizabeth Childrey is here to talk about the Kindness for Kate campaign, and we welcome her to Virginia this morning. Good morning.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you all, too.
We were talking before we got started, Elizabeth, about you have this special story behind these right in your hand, and I think this is an interesting place to start.
Well, I'll start here. When we, one of our first benches that we dedicated was where Kate taught at Ravenscroft in North Carolina. And this beautiful girl got up in front of the kids and asked them, how many of you raise your hand if you know that you see with your eyes? And of course all their hands went up and they were excited. And she said, but do you know that your heart has eyes too, that you can see with your heart? She said, I want to teach you a new word called Alejo. It's an African word, and it means I see you with my heart. And so instead of looking at me with my bright red sweater and color my hair, color my skin, and you might make a judgment about me, what is important is learning to see with your heart. And so I brought this little nut as an example that I found when I was on my walking. And when you look at it, it's an ordinary nut, nothing special about it. But when you open it up, inside is a heart. And I find it such a treasure because this whole kindness thing has been about seeing with our hearts, not just looking on the outside and judging people from that way, but really taking time to look at their hearts and what's going on. And I think with kindness especially, I know with what we've been through, I could not be sitting here today without the enormous amount of kindnesses, big and small, that have been done to our family. I mean, it's been incredible. And I cannot emphasize enough, so that's when we came up with this idea of let's start to spread kindness, because above anything else, it's the one healing thing that we can do. It's a way of changing focus. I've talked with many principals and superintendents of schools where we've given benches, and actually one of my favorite is David Peck down at Chimborazo, and he said, you know, you cannot bully and be kind at the same time. And so instead of campaigning against anti-bullying, let's focus on kindness. So that's kind of what we've been starting to do. I just had a wonderful call from Alicia Atkins, who's the Henrico School Board member for the Varina District, and she has been so excited about we're going to put a bench in every school in Varina and campaign this big thing in October on kindness, use the whole month, and we're just getting this all together. And so I'm so excited to see this and just seeing these young faces, these kids, and just the simple acts of kindness that they're doing. I actually Googled it today, and I think Varina High School has 1,600 students in it, and you think that's just the high school. So if every one of those kids did one act of kindness a day for the 30 days in October we do this. I mean, I used to be a math teacher and I can't even remember how many.
Exponentially
It'll be
awesome.
A lot of
Yes.
kindnesses.
Yes.
And you know, if we can just encourage people to do one thing.
Well, Elizabeth, you experienced this loss and you wrote a book that you put out to share, and then it was the response to this that propelled you to launch Kindness for Kate, that begat the benches. Right. And what a phenomenal program. Incredible.
It's been an incredible
personal journey for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I had so many people help me along this and encourage me, and without their help, it's been amazing.
We're going to share some information so they can continue to connect, and thank you for all you're doing.
Great, thank you.
Appreciate it. For more information on the Kindness for Kate campaign, you'll find a link on our show website by early this afternoon.
Yeah. We hope you enjoyed today's show. And thank you so much for having me, Jess. It's been a pleasure to be with you. Enjoy this wonderful weekend, and we look forward to your company on Monday at 9 a.m.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday morning. Thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Great.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you.